All right, back here on StudyBall for our second Michael Penix tape that we're going to take a look at. We looked at Oregon a little bit earlier in the week. Really, really good tape. A lot to like about Michael Penix. And as I said in that intro of that tape, was he was better in the beginning of the season than he was later in the season. So not quite as many big games late in the season. So I wanted to kind of dive into one of those games and try to figure out which one. Looked at a bunch of them. I decided on the Utah game to take a look at. And again, apologize for their view from above. It's an eye from the sky. We always say that, but man, this one is high in the sky, so it's tough to tell the results at all times with these tapes of Michael Penix. But let's dive into the Utah tape and see if we can see some of those similar things that we saw earlier in the year against Oregon. So again, the high view from the cameras. Okay, so these are one of the things that you want to make sure that you see from these guys is pressure. When teams bring pressure, do you have an answer? Now, they end up getting this picked up over here by the back, but it looks as if Michael understands that that guy's really hot there. We don't know if we're going to get it picked up. I'd like to see him get back and get set sooner. Get set sooner. So he's looking at this quick out over here. Okay, I'm fine with that. Take it. Hit that back foot. Let it go. Let it go. You got one-on-one. The other thing is you've got a quick out over here. If you feel like you've got pressure, fade away from this pressure and hit that backside. You see he's not really definitive right there and kind of gets caught. Oh, no. Now I got to try to make a play and can't complete that one. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Always have a pressure plan, right? I know they don't teach it as well in college. A lot of teams are just like, hey, just beat it with a throw. I get that. But I want these guys to understand that. And as they move to the next level, have an idea, have a plan, understand how to make the different throws against pressure. Another missed throw right here. And again, these are tough to me because we've got kind of a go route here and then this guy going here and you've got a corner that's sitting in between. I'm not sure how you know that you're going to have the open guy to the outside because this corner could easily fall off of this right here and make a play. Now he gets enough inside that you have a shot at it, but you see how he's starting to fall off? That's just, to me, that's tough. Right on the other side, we've got the go routes with the one step coming underneath. Could read it back to the other side, but as I said, with these double seams, a lot of times you're just reading the safety. Safety turns and holds that direction. We're going to come back to the seam on the other side. The seam gets jammed. Now you're stuck having to recover to something down the field. It's why I don't really like goes as much as I like stops out here. So you come back to this seam, you don't have it. Now you've got something to recover to instead of having to work out to a go route and be accurate on it and even be able to feel. If I get that corner to fade inside, then that outside stop is a gimme every single time. So spacing, timing, read is a little bit tough. Okay, one of their plays that they love to run, hitch, inside fade, then they're going to bring the cross into it. So it's really a pure progression. You're reading over here to this side. Depending on the coverage, you're probably reading hitch to inside fade. Inside fade is really, again, only against a man type concept, but you're going to keep your eyes that direction. Get this guy here to move, and then we're going to replace him right back behind. You're going to see good timing once again. Boom, right behind that other linebacker in that hole. Good process. Another good throw. Okay. Here it is, like we see with all these teams. Stick, inside fade, hitch. They're going to run the same concepts a lot over and over and over again. Not sure why his feet are inside. Again, I would like to read this one. Okay, so as we're reading this corner stays down. We got middle close. Maybe we got a shot at the inside fade and then come to the stick as opposed to reading inside first. But he may be holding the safety going, I'm going to try to get this inside fade because we throw it so much, then comes back here, sees the corner fall off, and recovers to the hitch. So a couple different ways to do it. Because they throw it a lot, I can live with that and does a nice job getting it out to the hitch. So another part of it, right, is I'm not in the meetings to know exactly how they're supposed to read it. So I know how I would read it. I know why I would read it that way. but some of these guys might be taught a little bit differently, so I can't kill them too often for some of those things. Another great go throw. Feels like he's got one-on-one. They even miss the block right here, so he's got a guy in his face. But again, watch his feet here, right? His feet much more lined up to this side than we saw in the last tape. Sets, puts that ball out there. Great ball again. Up over the top, right on his guy. I know his guy's made a lot of 50-50 catches, but I tell you what, he's putting the ball in a position that's making those 50-50 catches even easier. Okay, so another pure progression type play here. Okay, so we're going to run a corner. We're going to have the flat. We're going to have another guy run a hook right here. Then we've got kind of our mesh concept. Okay, so it's kind of like a 1-2 or a 1-1 there, and then you work to the next area. To me, you kind of go shallow here, 3, and then you come back here to this hook, 4. All right, so right here, I'd like to see him stay out the front side. Okay, so he's got a high low here because he's got a too high safety. So he's going to have one of these two guys. Just stay there. This corner's already starting to go back. Just take your flat right here. Okay, he passes that off or gets through it too quick. Now he tries to work back to the inside. This guy's covered. This guy's covered. This guy's covered. Doesn't really have anything outside of this one right here. Wish he would have stayed out there, just understanding the structure. But on these pure progressions, what happens is it's look at this guy first. Oh, is he open? I don't really like it because this guy's got leverage. Now you're off of that guy and you're to this guy. By the time you get to that guy, this guy's fallen off. So instead of staying with your high-low read over here, you're reading guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once I get off one, one's dead in my mind and I got to work back through it, even though the 1 is the one that comes open on this play. Now, we haven't seen him make a lot of bad decisions. Now this one, even this one, puts it on his guy and hits him. Now this is tough. You're throwing late, back across the middle. Safety back there, you're not really sure what's going on. Boom. Doesn't get the completion, leads his guy into a big hit there because we're trying to just turn and throw without verifying. So he's been really, really good with his decisions. This is one that I would question a little bit, but you see it. It's what happens to a lot of quarterbacks. You take away their first, second, third read. Now we're trying to play ball. We're trying to make something happen, and we lose sight of some of the things going on, and it's oftentimes where bad decisions happen. Good thing there was he was still accurate with the throw, put it in a position for his guy. He took a big hit, but he didn't put the ball in harm's way and just throw it up. Missed one right here. Okay, so this is the play that we just saw. Okay, so it's here. And here, okay, got a safety over the top, don't like it. Comes back to this side to read his 2-on-1 off of this safety. Good read right here. Just miss on the throw, right? Drive that throw, put it right there in the hole. We'll take you to the back copy and see if we can see this. But you're going to see him, watch him fade away. Okay, he doesn't fully get through this throw and kind of keeps his weight on the back foot. It's always going to leave the ball a little bit higher right there. Almost as if he was caught a little bit off guard and then tried to rush it, was never able to get through to his throw. I like to read there, it was to the right side. Okay, so here's another one. I like to read. Inside fade, once again, could have maybe worked to the inside with them having no safety back here, but hey, we get this corner to fall off. We've got the underneath throw over here. Okay. Again, sometimes with that pressure, right? Misses the long throw out here, trying to get power on it. Not able to get it there. Liked the decision in terms of who he was going to, just wasn't able to make the throw. Here we go with the deep throws again. So coming back to a similar type thing where it's 2-on-1. He gets the safety to chase inside. Good decision. Get it out to your 1-on-1 on the outside. Another good deep ball. Boom, right there for his guy. Miss the throw. Let's go again. Hard to tell ball placement from this far away, so have to flip a couple of these. All right, little bit high on this one. Good decision, right? Ball's not way off, but when you throw a bunch of deep balls, you're going to miss some deep balls. Okay, so we've seen this play numerous times, right? The seams, double seams. I don't know if these convert to goes or if they're running stops here. This one, you're coming back, working that free safety. Again, where's that free safety go? Shots are going to be right here if you like them, but everybody getting a lot of depth right here. Not mad at this one. Come back. Feel like everybody's getting depth, making it tough. Just get it down to your check down. Nice little run after catch. You see all the space right there. Sometimes check downs are the best throw, right? Or you just don't feel comfortable. Feel like they're getting depth. I like it. Okay. So we're going to come back here. One-on-one go there. Guy down the middle. And then a shallow underneath it. So he's going to look at the one-on-one. Doesn't have it. Safety's there. Now come to your high-low back to the inside. There it is. Come back to your high-low. Again, don't like the spacing of these two. Everybody's kind of on top of each other, but does a nice job of throwing this back shoulder away from that linebacker. Boom, gets the big throw down the field. I like it. Move the safety, get back to your read, and then good placement with the football. Another great go throw. Now again, don't necessarily encourage doing this because it looks like they're running the fake screen, trying to sneak these guys down the field. They don't have it. So he's going to come all the way back and throw a go route late off of this kind of pump fake front side. Right? You see him pump fake, hold to the front side. Nothing's there. Comes back to the go and slides. Usually late to get there, but gets the ball out there. Another good ball. Drops it on his guy for a touchdown. Really well done. I don't recommend pump faking, hitching to one side and turning around and throwing a go to the other side. But in that particular case, if you're able to get it out there and get it to your guy, I can live with it. All right. So here's another quick throw. Again, see the feet? Feet are a little bit off. He's trying to make this quick throw. And he yanks the throw out of there and misses it. So something that we've noticed, right? Really, really good on the throws down the field. When he's got to quicken things up and speed things up, he's not nearly as accurate because his feet, talked about his feet being an issue at times, but when his feet have to speed up and then he's got to speed up with his arm, it's caused him some issues. Got to be able to tie those feet to the quick throws as well and not just try to make them with all arm. Okay. All right, so we've seen this throw or play a million times already. Switch there, the goes, and then the one step. Okay, so you get your 2-on-1 back over here with the switch. Don't really like it. Okay, so we saw that earlier, and then he worked back to this front side and had the 2-on-1. When he works back to the front side now, they've got more of a quarters coverage. So they got a guy inside and a guy outside. Okay, so with that being the case, come back, peek at it, don't really have it. Think underneath to your check down right here, right? So he comes back, doesn't have either one of these, right? Doesn't have either throw, depth, safety, corner, depth. There's the throw right back here to this side. Sometimes I feel like he gets so focused on throwing the ball down the field because they did it so often that it can get away from him when the read says, hey, come underneath, right? It's kind of like that same read he had before, the high-low, deep to underneath. This one should be the underneath throw, tries to fit in a whole shot, a stop to the outside, and they miss. Okay. Tough coverage right here because they're running a corner and an out, and they've got leverage on both of these guys out there, but gets enough depth by the underneath defender to get back, take it, put it on his guy, get a completion. It was me. I'm probably saying I don't like the leverage. They're going to run double curl with the swing. I'm going to go read my 1, 2, 3 against two underneath defenders right here. So instead of fighting the leverage, I'm going to read this, probably going to kick it to my swing here because this guy gets a bunch of depth. But able to beat that leverage on the backside with the throw. All right, so again, I'm not sure this is a great route. Guy beats him at the line of scrimmage, and I think he's supposed to be running a corner route right here. We get the safety to move to the middle of the field. I'd like to see him kind of hold this off and then run a higher angle right here. He kind of flattens it. Penix throws it a little bit higher, and they miss right here on this throw. And I think it's more communication than anything. This guy's already going sideways, so he kind of messes the quarterback up. Easy to say, well, maybe he should have got back here to the pivot. Yep, maybe he should have, but I just feel like he got everything that he wanted. They win with the release. Safety's in the middle of the field. If this guy just pushes up and takes what we call a touchdown angle, if you beat the defender, okay, so you're even or past the defender, we say you're even, you're leaving. That means instead of running the regular 45-degree angle or flattening underneath the DB, when you get even or over the top of him, you're taking a touchdown angle, a higher angle right here. And it looked like Penix wanted him to do that, throws it a little bit higher, and they end up missing. Okay, another good read. Okay, so we've got the shallow, cross, and the post. Okay, nobody back in the deep middle field. Okay, I love it, right? Nobody's back in the deep middle. We always say as quarterbacks, if you got something going to the middle, try to attack to the middle. So he does just that. Comes back, realizes there's no safety back there, lay it out to your post. Okay, straightens him out a little bit. I'd love to see him use the field over here and let his guy run into it, because you can run away from the DB. Throws it more at him. Still drops a dime right on top of him for a completion. Good catch there with contact. But like to see him just not straighten him out so much and kind of lead him over here, right? Throw the ball over here and let him turn and separate to find the football is what we like to do. But still, can't be perfect on these deep throws, but that's pretty darn good. All right, here we go again, right? Same play. Same play, same coverage. Two guys back here, okay? Hopefully we saw it before, okay? Don't have it back here. See this guy carry. There's your throw once again. Saw it the first time. There it is. You got the carry. Don't try to force it down the field. He wants to force it, Nice job holding off, and he ends up finding his check down. Finds him late. Not a great throw. Back to his back shoulder. Should have been caught, but again, we don't normally throw this all the way to the backside. I'd love to see him be able to see this, know that he had it before. Hopefully they saw pictures, they talked about it, but understand what happened in the last one. Come back, you get the same thing, drop it underneath. Another great deep throw right here. We're going to run a half roll with the go route over here. Take that one-on-one unless I get the safety screaming over here. If the safety's screaming over here, I'm going to work to that backside post. Nice job working it. Boom. Good throw, right on the money. Once again, good read off of that safety. Working with your shoulders and get the big touchdown. Guess what? We're going to throw an inside fade. It's kind of what we do. Open to it, try to put it on the outside shoulder. Just missed again. So again, some of these things, hard concepts, because it's really not much reading going on. You get man-to-man coverage. You're picking a guy and you're throwing it to him and you're trying to connect over and over again. But Winnie's been forced to have to make reads. When they've got concepts that lead to reads, for the most part, done a nice job. Okay, so if you remember the first tape that we watched, okay, the very first play, they ran this bullet. So it's a hook here and a bullets route there. Kind of jammed in the hook route in the first time, but I always like to look at the bullets first, especially if I've got a corner off. I'm coming out. If that's there, I'm going to take it. So right here, it's exactly what he's got. Again, watch the feet. Feet are going this way. Throws going this way. It's a little swing throw, right? And he misses it. He misses it. His feet, right? His power going this direction. It's going to take the ball somewhat that direction. Okay? It's only a 10-yard throw, but we miss where our feet are going because we stay open. Now, I like the decision. Like where he's going. He's got pressure. He's got to get the ball out of his hands. but we got to make that throw. You got to make that throw against pressure. You got to have that throw every time. It's just too easy. And the reason I'm pointing it out is not because we all don't miss easy throws, but it's the feet again. The feet will have a tendency to get away from him. And when they do, he can struggle with some of the throws. Okay, good decision. Comes back. He's got the one-on-one backside. Makes the throw backside. Okay, so this one, his feet are very similar. His feet are stepping now, maybe a little bit, but they're more this direction. And he throws it out off of his left hand. Now, gets away from it. But I don't like when that arm gets away from his body. Stays connected to his feet. Lead with your back foot. Your front foot goes at the target. Your left arm goes with it. You're always going to be a little more accurate. Okay, good decision right here. So these always kind of play into his favor because he likes to be open to the throw. So when he's throwing to the right side, body is open, easier to make these throws in this direction because your power is still going in this direction. But nice read here against man and a good throw. Ball out in front of his guy. Giving his guy a chance to do something with it afterwards. Okay. Another good read right here, kind of bunched up. All kinds of stuff going. Don't really know what they're doing here, but then it's just a quick out right here. Good decision to throw it to him. And again, just the feet. Okay? Feet. Feet are a little bit more closed off. Now he gets the completion. He gets the ball on him. But you get your feet lined up a little bit more outside, better chance for the ball to go out in front of him because this ball is going to end up a touch behind him right there. See how it turns him to the back? So, ball, once again, going with the feet. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of guys that will open up too much and make throws. When we open up too much, we always say we got to take our feet out of the throw. What that means is now we got to lead with our core because if we lead through our feet, the power is going in a different direction than the football. But if we don't lead with our core, we don't lead with our feet or our core, and we try to make every throw with our arm, that's where we struggle as well. And that's why we want to get everything together, feet and body aimed at the target so the arm goes with it. So now we got everything working in the same direction because even the best throwers in the world, when they're not going in the same direction, they've got to fight it. There's going to be some negative throws because of it. Okay, another nice job right here. They got pressure coming. Got press over here. You don't know if you're going to like the hitch over there, so he's got to come back to his pressure beater on the backside. Now, I would like to see him take this angle right here. It's the quicker throw. Just get the ball out on the back right there. But he buys time, recovers, and makes the throw to the out right here and beats the pressure with the throw. Would also like to see them pick this up, right? There's only 5 guys in the box right here. Love to see him pick up those 5 guys in the box and force somebody else to be the hot guy for him. But either way, looks like Michael understands he's got he's got pressure coming there. Just would like this one was going to be easier than the other one. But does a nice job of holding on to it, getting the ball out and getting a completion. I like that. Good one to end on when you got a hot situation. The quarterback recognizes it and gets the ball out of his hands, understands where the problem is, and then solves the problem. So we've seen a couple tapes now by Michael Penix. A lot of really, really good stuff. A lot of good stuff throwing the ball down the field, right? That was what their offense was based off of. Throws the ball down the field really, really well. Good decision maker on the throws down the field. You get so used to it, as I said in the tape there, you get so used to throwing down the field that sometimes you miss some of those easier underneath reads because you're thinking down the field, down the field, down the field, as opposed to what's the read on this particular play. If this guy gets depth, I got a guy to replace him underneath. So we saw a couple throws down the field that were kind of forced because he was trying to get down the field instead of just kind of reading through the coverage. But again, don't know what he's taught. Understand the nature of their offense is push the ball, push the ball, push the ball. We got guys that are really good, and you're really good throwing it down the field. But things, right? These tapes are all about, hey, what do we see? What are these guys doing well? And what are the things they're going to have to do better at the next level? Because every one of these players is going to have to be better at the next level, okay? Clean up the feet a little bit. Get your feet to go with your body. When you do that, man, he's as accurate as anybody that was out there in college football. And then some of those decisions, and they didn't have a lot of them, that were designed around, deep throw with a short underneath concept, kind of a high-low concept. But when you have that, understand what you're reading, get your eyes on those guys. We had the corner flat, see the corner. He drops off, hit your flat. Okay, we had the seam with the one step under, see that inside backer carry, replace underneath. But some of those things are things, as they run them more at the next level, he's going to have to be a little bit better at.